Spent the last two Empties videos wondering where the product was at. What happened to the products? But let me tell you guys, for these Empties right here, for the spring Empties, I found the products. They are here. Hello everyone, Kayla here, and this is What the Kink, a natural hair channel where I share my personal hair journey and tips, tricks, and product reviews to help you with your own. In today's video, we are getting into the spring 2022 Empties. What that means is the products that I managed to use up during the spring season. And I'm going to tell you, there's quite a bit here because there was a very aggressive attempt to use as many of the products that were open from like videos and all this kind of stuff as possible, and really limiting the amount of stuff that I opened brand new or fresh. Like if it was absolutely necessary, I opened it. So some of these products I had for a really long time, and I just now am finishing them. So that's why there's so much here. It does not mean I used all of this in this time period. It just means that it might have been sitting there open for a while. So that being said, let's go ahead and get into the first group or category of products that we have here. So I have my hair vitamins. They're in every video, right? There's 3 of them. I take the TGIN vitamins, or rather I took the TGIN vitamins. So I stopped taking these. I'm now taking the Pacifica Beauty Gummies, the Hair Nirvana Hair Focus Vitamin Blend Cherry Flavor Vegan Friendly Nutritional Supplement. So I now take these. Obviously I don't have the product here to show you, but they are bears. They're much bigger and more kind of flat than these, and then they have a cherry taste to them. So I am on my second bottle with these. Like I literally just opened this, like I emptied this the other day. Vitamins. Let's keep going with TGIN. I managed to finish my TGIN Moisture Rich Sulfate Free Shampoo. I really like this shampoo. I typically use it as a first lather because despite the fact that it says a moisture rich shampoo, I find this to be very cleansing. Now it's not cleansing in the stripping sense of things. It's not going to strip everything off your hair and you're like, oh my god, this is squeaky, I could have just clarified. No, but it isn't. On the other hand though, I wouldn't consider it to be a moisturizing shampoo, and that might be because I'm comparing it to the Verb shampoo. Y'all know I use that Verb shampoo, and the Verb shampoo feels like you're putting conditioner in your hair, and this just doesn't feel like that. It just feels like it is cleaning your hair. Now I have some other products that I want to use up, but this is something that I definitely will repurchase in the future. Now these Empties right here are probably a year and a half old or something like that. They're very old. I've had these a long time. But these are the Get Hued color gels. Let me come closer. Okay, so you can see that I have the purple one, and then this one's called Sunset, and it definitely looks like those like black girl blonde highlights that everyone gets. That's this. I noticed that when I use these colors, the warmer colors tend to be most noticeable on my hair. Like when I have the red, it's like, whoa, the hair is red. When I use purple or the blue one I used to have, these are less noticeable unless you build them up like crazy. I don't think people really tend to notice these on my hair, but this, my hair used to be this color, and so I would, for fun, old time's sake, scrunch this into the ends, and it looked like my hair used to look, because I do naturally have brown hair, but my hair used to be more, like even lighter on the ends and stuff like that, because I had old hair dye that I just let grow out. But I'm someone who just never dyes over their hair color. I just let it do what it do. And so for years my hair looked like that until I think 2019 or so, when I got my first curly cut. She cut the remaining ends of the color off. I don't think she was intending to do that, but that's what happened because that's how little was left. But this definitely looks like this Sunset definitely looks like my colored ends used to look. So I have more things in the deep conditioner treatment zone than I typically do have, which is kind of crazy for me. But the first one being the Pattern Beauty Treatment Mask. This is not to be confused with their new transitioning mask that they've got going on. This is the treatment mask, the original product. This one is, what's this? A 15-ounce product. And I think it took me over a year to use this because I used it seasonally. This right here, after you rinse this out of your hair, it's like, where's the conditioner at? Where's the conditioner at? So I think I used it once a season for a year, and then I still had like 1 or 2 more uses after that. So I had this for a really long time. Again, this is one that I probably will repurchase. Not right now because I don't need a protein treatment, but this was like a nice thing to have. So I will eventually probably get around to repurchasing it because I have nothing but good things to say about this Pattern Beauty Treatment Mask. Another mask that I have here, and this is probably why I have more masks than typical because this one was pretty small, but this was the Sea Moss Collection mask. I do have a Sea Moss Collection video. I have 2 videos that feature the Sea Moss Collection products, but where you can actually see me use this one is the first of the 2 videos. So in this one, I found that this didn't have that much slip, but I found the secret to this is to get the product that you want to apply, rub your hands together, and then put your hands under the water and bring it back out and do this. That just gets the product where it needs to be, because typically with conditioners, I apply the conditioner to my hair straight up, do like a tap of my hair in the water, and then spread it more. This would not respond to that. I could not get the product to move through my hair more applying water to the hair. It just wasn't happening. But when I applied water directly to the product in my hand, yes, that got it completely through and got it through much better. So that's a secret with this. But even with all that, and I discovered how to use it, I probably will not repurchase this product at all because I mean, I just wasn't that into it. It just didn't have enough slip for me. And then, of course, y'all know on Black Friday, I stocked up on a lot of favorites and staples. So I definitely had a container of the Banana Cream Deep Conditioner from Eco Slay. I think this one was, yes, this is a 16-ounce product. So it was a rather large conditioner. I bought it before they switched to this packaging as well. And it's like a big tub. You get so much. This product is very concentrated. It has a lot of slip. And it definitely has this like slight banana, but to me a really strong almond scent comes through. But that's because I really like almond. I like, you know, use the almond flavoring in my food, order almond syrups when I order coffee. Like I love what's it called, amaretto, which is definitely is almond flavored. So for me, I really smell the almond through really strongly. But yeah, I've talked about this. This has a whole video. And I think I've bragged on it in another video, so I'm not gonna take up too much more of your time to talk about this deep conditioner. So when it comes to the leave-in category, I actually do have actual leave-ins. I had these for a really long time. This was a part of the Sally Beauty sale that they had in November. I needed to get this to be able to get the Kinky Curly for the cheap price. So this is a copy of the Paul Mitchell the conditioner. And then, of course, someone wanted me to do a video on Paul Mitchell the conditioner, comparing it to the actual real one. So I bought a small one at Ulta. So this is the real one. This is the faux one. If you want to see the comparison of it, there is a video. I will link it, put it in the eye and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so that's why I had these leave-ins, because honestly, I would have never bought these typically. I'm kind of like beyond the creamy leave-in stage. I tend to not really use them very much. I used to do a lot of hairstyles that were not wash and goes, that I would keep conditioners kind of on the back burner to do those hairstyles, but I really have not worn my hair in typically the hairstyle would be like a bun of some kind, like intentionally styled in a bun, I don't want to wear my wash and go anymore bun, an actual bun. I don't do that anymore really too much. Or I would put my hair in chunky twist or braids or something and just wear this style. I don't do that much. So I really don't have as much of a need for these. So speaking of not using creamy leave-ins anymore, I have Kinky Curly Curling Custard. This is the 8-ounce, the original custard. I think this is one of the original ones I bought for Black Friday, got for a really cheap price. And so I've been using this as a leave-in type product, as a primer to prep my hair before I put in the actual gel that I intend to style with. So this is the 8-ounce, but I think I got maybe 5 uses out of this. So when you're using it in the way that I'm using it, it suddenly seems a little cheaper because one jar is going a lot farther. I would probably be using the big one a really long time. So if I got 5 uses out of this, it would be about 10 uses out of the really big container. So that's like 2.5 months worth of product, which for Kinky Curly, I think I've said it before, I'll say it again. The small one at full price actually is kind of a ripoff because there's a large price difference per ounce between the large product and the small product. So if you are going to be someone who does your style of wash and go like the way that I do my wash and go, and you want to regularly use Kinky Curly as a primer type product, please buy the large one. The little one is a ripoff, but I did not pay full price for it. So don't do what I do unless you get a sale. I have another styling product here, but this is not for wash and goes, and that is the Pattern Beauty Custard. I have said it before, I'll say it again. I think I've said that phrase so many times in this video, but honey, it applies. It applies, honey. But the Pattern Beauty products that have been released after their original launch, I am feeling those a lot more. They've got a curl mousse coming out, and I'll probably try that eventually as well. I'm just liking the newer products a whole lot better. And that's good. You don't see brands doing that too often. Where they come out, okay, they hit, but then they get better as the releases come out and people are more into the newer stuff, so they're keeping people hooked on. So anyways, the custard, I used it for several different types of hairstyles. I highly recommend it for twist outs. I've done 2 different sets of twist outs with this, and I'm telling you, it is mildly humidity resistant. Now, the first twist out I did with this, I had COVID, okay, COVID. And so I was in the house, in the house, making all types of reels, TikToks, and YouTube videos. I tell you that though. I can tell you that though. I was producing content, but I was in my house. And I do not recommend COVID. It was like literally, I might have been up and productive, but girl, I'm someone who has bronchial issues. I don't need that to pair and meet up with my bronchial problems, okay? Anyways, the second time I did it though, I was working. And I went outside, I was sitting outside. I had duty that week too, and I'm telling you, yes, it is indeed like mildly humidity resistant. I'm not gonna say 100% humidity proof, but you can wear a twist out in the humidity and it's still gonna look good for pretty much the entire week. Yes, ma'am. Second hairstyle that I recommend doing with this is I did the wave curlers, okay? And I had in one of my Empties videos, don't remember which one it was, I think it's the one before the last one, before whatever, two Empties ago, I had my hairstyle with this, with the wave curlers, the waves flowing. And it looks to me, day one with that hairstyle looks like a press and curl. It looked like somebody with heat came in and blow dried my hair, and then with more heat came in and pressed it, and then went in and crimped it. Like, that's really what it looks like with this product. It, again, like I said, is mildly heat resistant. So, I mean, humidity resistant. So the next day, my hair did begin to expand, but it still looked like it was heat styled. It looked like someone blew my hair out with heat. Not no tension blow dry, not no air dry. No, blow dry with heat. Then did a very successful heatless waving method. That's what it looked like. And then when I wanted to flip the hairstyle, I went in with a little bit of water on my hands. No additional product, because you don't want to add more product. That does not work with this. Went in with a little bit more water on my hands and styled my hair into a braid out with twisted ends. Braid out came out slamming, and it was slamming for about 3 days afterwards. Literally from wash day to wash day, my hair was styled with this product. I definitely want to come in with my curl formers with this. Definitely want to modify my approach to the bantu knot and braid out that didn't come out so good. My thinking is when my hair is wet, apply this. And then while my hair is doing the pre-drying, I typically air dry my hair the whole day when I do those hairstyles, and then style it at night and then sit on the dryer a little bit and then let it sit overnight. Then do it. I think that's what the secret is for this, because I tried to apply product at the time of styling because that's how I normally do those hairstyles. And this wasn't going for it. And I tried to refresh with more product. No, this wasn't going for it. So I do want to try those hairstyles again before I can fully write them off and say that they are total fails. And it's been a while, but it's time for the gel parade. 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 Hey, y'all know I use a lot of hair gel, and this time around there was plenty of hair gel to go around because of things. We'll talk about it. We'll get into it because I know this video is going to be longer than my other Empties videos because I don't know, maybe because it's summer breaking out and slip. Okay. Anyway, so the first thing we have up is the Sea Moss Collection Curl Slime. I did use it the traditional way for a wash and go. It reacted to the humidity like crazy. It was a rainy day. Hair was okay before, okay? That's on my Instagram. It's a video and I'm talking about it. But then I went out and it did experience humidity. But I noticed how it did kind of clump and define my curls. So the way I finished this product is I use it as a curl primer. So use it in the same way that I use that Kinky Curly. Pop this on here before I went in with my other styler, and it works just fine in that capacity because it did slime over the hair very nicely. So if you're using this product and it didn't work for you, that may be a way for you to actually finish it off. Creole Essence So Jelly Hair Gel. So you guys saw the video of this one actually a little bit more recently. If you haven't seen it, go ahead and check it out. But this product, I really wasn't sure how to use it. And then in the video towards the end, you see me turn around and use it underneath another hair gel. And I think that's the way to go with this. It's definitely firmly medium hold. It's not a favorite of mine. I probably will not purchase it again. It just didn't do enough for me to feel like, you know what, I got to get this in my collection and it's adding to the situation. Not really. I managed to use my second container of the Wondercurl Get Set Hair Jelly. This I do use in the same way that I use hard hold gels. I use it as the final styler on top of everything else. I do go through in small sections and use it. It is very similar to my Obia Curl Enhancing Custard as far as the way that it, the longevity, the way that it feels when I'm styling the hair and stuff like that. And speaking of the longevity, I feel like this is one that you would want to, if you're not going to top it with like something that is humidity resistant. This is not 7 days for me right now. This is definitely more of like 4 or 5 days, which is almost a whole week, which is some people's whole time that they wear their wash and go. So for some people, they're like, girl, please give me that 4 or 5 days. Yeah, it doesn't give me the full 7 days that I get from some of the other stylers that I like to use. It is more of a softer styler, more of a softer look, but it's still firm hold. It's more firm than things that are claiming to be a medium hold styler. So I think I want to experiment with perhaps maybe using this more so when it's actually like low dew points here, which tends to be like January, February is usually when the humidity is not as humidifying. And of course, speaking of that, I do have some of the Obia Curl Enhancing Custard here. I managed to use 2 of these. Both this and the Wondercurl, I tend to use more than I use of other gels that I use, like literally in the same way. I just tend to use more of these. I think it's just because of the creamy conditioner like way that they feel. It makes me use more. Y'all know I love this. I really don't have that much to say about it, but I will say that when I was reorganizing the products that need to be used, like that are completely empty, like not completely empty, but completely not opened. I have a special drawer for products that are not open. I found another one. I was like, oh yes, I'm about to be using this because I did not know that it was in there. So I was really excited to find that additional Obia Curl Enhancing Custard. All right, girl, the hard hold gel that's on my hair today is the Slay Jello Shot. You're like, oh my gosh, she uses so much product. But girl, my hair is almost to that, you know that little dip in your back where it does like doo-doo, like that? My hair's almost there. Girl, this is a lot of hair. And it's thick. So anyway, yeah, so I have 2 of these that I managed to use. And a lot of these were used over top of some of the other gels that I just showed you. So it's not me styling with this and then styling with all of those and then, like, nah, it's not that. This, 9 times out of 10, was a good strong topper for most of these other gels that are in here. And I used it styling throughout the hair, like going in through sections, so using quite a lot of it. However, I will say that this is on my hair today. However, it is just glazed over the top. So I actually styled my hair with something that's not here, which is the She Scented Plum Nectar and Agave. That was the actual styler. And then I just glazed this over the top to hold it in place and shield against the humidity. And I've been some humid places, honey. I was down in Mobile, Alabama, because that's where my family is from. Mobtown. So I was down there out in the parks, all in the humidity, and then I came back here. It's really humid here. I just had to put my hair because it's hot, girl. But anyway, if y'all want to get a look into that, definition not done with this. This is just here acting as a shield, basically. And I would normally wash my hair on Saturday. It's Friday. I'm gonna wash my hair tomorrow. So there we go. I know my Empties videos have like a little fan club going on or whatever, so you know I'm gonna link them over here, girl. Get your Empties life. Any videos that I mentioned for these products throughout the video have popped up in the eye, which I think after the video you can still click that as well. Subscribe. I post videos every week, and I will talk to you in the next one.